Hello everyone and welcome to another video of Culture Look. I'm Peter Krodler, author and content creator, and if you would like to see more videos like this, please make sure to subscribe. So before we start, I would just like to clear something up. We will be talking about a show called Lucifer, and I would just like to tell you that I would be referring to Lucifer's father, God, as Lucifer's father, not to upset anyone or anything, and I'll be referring to Lucifer, as the character title, Lucifer, and not anything else. Also, I would be referring to his mother as Lucifer's mother, not anything else. This is to prevent anyone from feeling attacked, and I will be making religious references and pop culture references, but I'm not attacking anyone's religion. Feel free to believe in any religion. I'm not a follower of any of these religions we will be talking about. I'm not an expert in any of these religions, and thus I'm talking about them only as a pop culture icon. So please understand this and enjoy. The Netflix show Lucifer presents Lucifer's family as the typical American family. His father is the typical absent parent, and in this case he doesn't feature in most of his sons' lives. He stays out of their lives and only features in a later season 5, in one episode called Family Dinner, or for the latter half of the season.
Mom?
Hello, my sweet boy.
His mother is also absent in the story as for some time, as she is in another universe or another place. This could be taken as an allegory for divorced or separated families, as 40 to 50% of American families have experienced divorce in some kind. Lucifer's father's retirement storyline is also like an allegory for retirement, as Lucifer helps his father in seeking retirement and seeking retirement plan. Although Lucifer has in this moment ulterior motives of being his father's successor and being the new god of the world. Sibling rivalry is also another theme that comes into play with Lucifer in the entirety of the show. Not only does Lucifer have a sibling rivalry with his brother and constantly clashes with him, Amenadiel, but also has another sibling rivalry with his twin, Michael. While Michael is absent for most of the show, he comes into play later as we find out he has been sabotaging Lucifer's plan all along. All of his plans, actually. While most sibling rivalries, all of them actually, don't lead to wars, in this case it does, making a full-on war between Lucifer and his brother Michael and the rest of his brothers and sisters. Hell and the Silver City is also another part that has been reimagined in this show. Hell is a more ashy, snow-like cold place that consists of many rooms where people are punished due to their own guilt. Instead of being a fiery inferno, in this case, it is more of a weird place where someone is punished for their own guilt, as mentioned before. It isn't triggered by whether someone is bad or good, it is more about their guilt, and this guilt puts them in a loop of punishment, sometimes of their worst guilt. We see in one case of one of the characters, Linda's husband is punished with a loop, as he constantly wakes up in a hospital bed and asks if someone has to come to visit. This constant guilt triggers a loop where someone says no one has come to visit, but he'll be out in a few days.
So, I didn't just die?
Well, as I was trying to tell you before we were so rudely interrupted, you are now in your very own hell loop. So, welcome to hell.
We also see this in another instance when Lucifer first turns back to turns back to hell when he confronts one of his former encounters. This person, I'm not gonna say their name because I think I would not get it right, makes them constantly in a hell loop of their own death, being someone coming in and killing them. Now, while Lucifer does get them out of this situation, as we later see in a later episode when Lucifer returns to the Silver City, this obviously shows us how hell works. Another character that is also fairly well explored and discussed is the character of a demon called Maze or Mazakin. Now, fun fact before we go forth with this character, the language that the demon spoke are actually a real language called Afrikaans, and I understand it, I speak it, it's my home language. Now, this language isn't a demon language, please don't think of it. I actually remember when the episode when Mazakin first speaks the demon language, and it was very interesting seeing the response of the people around me. Also, that was wildly controversial at the time around us, as we saw people having a different discussion on what Afrikaans is, and I remember that was just very interesting. Mazakin is a character that is explored extensively, and is mainly her main storyline is her not having a soul and wanting a soul. She searches for someone or some being to fill her with a soul, and later she finds out that she has somehow, according to the show, grown a soul. Not only is Mazakin differently predicted, as not only is she a demon, she also has some sort of humanity in her. She yearns for someone or some being to give her a soul. In this case, she does find it. She starts to grow one, as the show explains, roughly. But Mazakin is predicted very differently as what we commonly think of a demon. Most demons are predicted as this ugly creatures, but in this case, Maze is a beautiful person, learning what the world is, and although she has some killer instinct in her, she still becomes someone else, grows to love a young girl called Trixie and cares for this young girl, that is Chloe Decker's daughter. Later she finds love with Eve, and this also sparks some sort of connection. Mazakin's presentation as not only a demon but also a humane person tries on a new different skin. Not only, in this case, Mazakin does still have an instinct for killing, but she is now a bounty hunter, putting her skills to good use in some way. Mazakin, Lucifer, Amenadiel, Linda, Eve, Chloe Decker, Trixie, Dan. Every character is an extremely interesting representation in this case, as all of these characters are reimagined in some way. This reimagining helps and sparks some new interesting discussion of how we see these characters. These characters are presented in a new light. Their settings and the places we have grown to fear, love and know have been differently predicted across pop culture. In this case, Lucifer, the show, deconstructs most of these characters and presents them to us as real beings, real humans. That's all for today, and I'm Peter Problo. You are watching Culture Look. Please make sure to like this video. If you would like to see anything else, make sure to subscribe and see more of these videos. If you would like to link up with me on any other social media platform, I have a TikTok and an Instagram, and if you would like to read anything that I write, then make sure to check out my book down below. It's available on Amazon. Thank you so much for everything and watching. Please make sure to comment, and what was your favorite part of this show? Did you like it? Didn't you like it? What do you think of Lucifer the show? I'm Peter Problo, you are watching Culture Look, and thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.